Hello everyone, welcome to a new video today. This is the April edition of the year-long collaboration I'm doing that is with the group for the love of crafting and sharing. So our April theme is scrap showers. So we have to use scraps of some kind. That can be paper, that can be embellishments, maybe even photos, I guess. You could maybe work into that. Pieces of cardstock that we've had laying around, whatever. This is what I'm using as my scraps. I have had this sheet of kind of shiny epoxy slash puffy. I don't even know what you call these. I've had this sheet of stickers for a very long time, and I was trying to figure out who makes it or where I got it, and I just can't remember. And as you can see, I haven't used a whole lot of these, just a couple, and I have all these left. They're a little funky, so I wasn't quite sure how I was going to use them, but I'm going to try to use multiple on this layout today, because if you look at the colors, they match. And these photos are from a weekend craft retreat I went to back in January, and the colors are not typically what you would think for January, right? It's the middle of winter, but our stuff was very bright and lively, and so I figured, hopefully these will work. So those are the scraps I'm using today. Now I got to figure out how to put it all together. So I am starting with these two page protectors. I think the one on the left is going to be two 3x4s and a 4x6. And then the one on the right, this is a style that I tend to struggle with. So this sort of goes with the, scrap theme as well, scrap shower, because these are sort of like leftovers, extras that I have that I avoid using, if I'm honest. And it's because of these pockets here. It's not so much the 4x4, it's the 2x2. I tend to have a hard time using 2x2s, but I have, hold on a second, all of this new fun stuff that is Crafty Girl themed. It came out at Creativation this year for 2020, and I got it as soon as I could get my hands on it. And I know there are lots of 2x2s in here, so I figure I can pull that off somehow. And then I know there are also some 4x4s in there, so I could use it for one of these pockets and then move a 4x6 here, or I could cut both of these photos to 4x4. I don't know. But this is all the fun stuff I'm using today, and we'll see how it goes. All right. I have my trimmer out. I went through all of my crafty stuff over here. And by the way, if you haven't seen this yet, it's called Hey Crafty Girl. So in case you're looking for it, it's from Simple Stories. So now you know who makes it, where you can get it. But I found this one in the 4x4s. This is perfect because that is what we were doing that weekend, and it matches a lot of the colors really well. I've got pink and the light green and the orange back here, and lots of, both shades of pink here. I think I can make that work in this layout, so I'm going to go with that, which means I only have to cut one of the 4x6 photos, and then the other one can stay as is. Which one's getting cut, I don't know, but that's what I got to figure out next. All right, so I think I have figured out my configuration here, and I pulled out 2x2s, and then I also have these, which are 3x3. Now, I don't have many pockets that are 3x3, but I could potentially cut down some of these to fit in a 2x2 if I wanted. The other thing I'm thinking about is that some of these little elements, might fit in a 2x2. So I'm going to play around with it, see how it goes. But right now, I think this is the configuration. If I had to cut a photo here, it would be one of these two, just so that I could have a 3x4 card in there or make more use of these. The first thing I'm thinking is that I definitely want to use this camera from my scrap sheet of stickers here because it matches all the bright pink that I have in here. I did also decide to swap these out. So now this is on the bottom just so that these are spaced out because I do want to use that. So I have pulled out just some plain backgrounds of 2x2 squares I have, and I will match the camera to one of those, and then it'll go in one of these slots. So there's the background paper that I chose, and then I attached the sticker, and I'm looking at that. Is that right? Is that the way I pulled it off? No, I pulled it off this way, right? So it's supposed to go that way. Now I'm questioning myself. You would think the lens would be up here. Oh boy. I think that way. I think that's the way it came off the pinks match. So we're going with that. Then either way, I left this open so I could stamp because that would add a little something to it. It will also bring in more of the black that I have throughout. So that'll be helpful. So for right now, I'm going to place it here. I don't know if that's the exact place that it'll end up, but I'm placing it there for now. So I switched these up because I want to use one of these arrows here. I think it matches well. I've got, this is more yellowy than orange, but I do have some bright orange here, and I have sort of a corally orange in the background here and here too. So I want to use those, but I didn't have a background already cut as a 2x2 that would work. But speaking of scraps, I found this scrap piece in my yellow bag. I sort mine by color. So I'm going to cut out a 2x2 square out of this, and then I will put the arrow on top. All right, there is that square filled with the paper and the sticker, which I love. So now I have to figure out what to do down here. I could do another sticker, but I think I'm probably going to try to use something on this side so that all the stickers aren't stuck on the right side. I really want it to feel like it's balanced well. And I do have some dead space here, even up here if I wanted to cover up something. I wouldn't really lose anything. So I'm going to try to get creative with that. And I still have to figure out, do I want to try to incorporate some 3x4s on this side and lose one of the photos? I'm not sure, but I have to make those decisions before I can go any further. Well, the decision was kind of made for me. When I went through my 3x4 cards, I found this one. Not only do I love what it says, but it matches. Look how messy things get. It matches the yellow here and here pretty darn well. I mean, these are from the same set, so you'd think so there, but here they're not, but they're still pretty close. So I think I'm going to put that there. Now looking at this, I may have to switch again because I don't know that I like these across from each other, but that might work better to be an opposite corner. So I'm going to play around with that, but I've at least picked out this card. So then really all I have to do is then figure out where I want to use some more of these. So I decided to switch out some stuff. I was going to save this and use it in a different layout, but with the theme of create and not being tidy, I thought it just worked better there. So I will save this one and use it in a different layout. Now that means I lose some of the orange, but I think this arrow is still okay because I do have orange peeking out here and here. So I think it's okay. Now, I think I want to use this pink pennant here with the cutout heart at the top up here because it helps me bring in a sticker to the left side, and there's lots of pink happening in these photos, and I've got some dead space up here. It's really just lights on the ceiling, so who cares about that? So I think I'm going to put it up in the upper left hand corner. Let's see. All right, yep, I like that. So now that's done. Now I have to figure out, can I work in any more of these? I've got 1, 2, 3 so far from my scrap sheet of stickers. How many more can I use? I've decided that I really like the look of this yellow, so I cut another piece and I'm going to end up using it up here after all. And I like that it kind of gives a visual triangle in terms of just the yellow and how it goes across the page. And then I decided to pull out this sticker, the one that says fun. It's black, so it matches everything. And it definitely was fun. We had a very good time. So I'm just going to attach that one right in the middle. And that will go up there. And I actually like that because then it's got the 2 spots that have text up and above to the right of this. I wouldn't want those like right on top of each other, and I wouldn't want them next to each other like that. So I think that configuration works well. And then I've got text over here too, so that's good. I may splatter that with some black mist because look at, it's built in here. I might do that there. I do have that. And what else? Oh, I was going to stamp here maybe, but you know what? There are some phrases in here, down here, so maybe some of these will work instead. All right, I've got my card in a nice box there. I'm going to finish shaking up my Heidi Swapp Color Shine. This is the black. And it's just regular black. It's not any fancy name. I assume this has been discontinued just like the gold has, I would think. It's probably the whole line. But I have a ton left, so I don't need to worry about it. I don't use black of this stuff on a lot of things, so a little bit will last me forever. I also love that it talks about not being tidy, and then I'm going to have splotches on this. Is that enough? Yeah, you know what? That's probably enough. Less is more. I don't want to overdo it. All right. So I've got a little bit on the card too to give it the feel that matches the card that says create, and I will just let that dry. For this square, I decided to use the sticker that says, oh crop, and I actually have a shirt that says that, and it has the crop symbol from Photoshop on it that I've had for years, and I wear it pretty much every time I go to a weekend craft event, so it's very fitting. And I realized I don't know that I got a picture of myself, that anybody took one during this weekend when I was wearing that shirt, darn it. So this will have to do. But there, I've added that. Now I have to figure out, do I want anything else over here? Maybe in this corner, so it's opposite of that. There's dead space here. Let me think on that. All right, I'm going to add one last thing right here in this corner, and I think it's actually going to be this radio. We did listen to music. Generally, when we're away, we watch a lot of movies, and we don't really watch them. We just have them in the background. But we actually did music through quite a bit of it, almost the whole first day. So I think I'm going to use that, and then that will also bring in some of the orange. If this one will come off here, there we go. That some of the orange that I have over here, and it won't look like that's the orange thing. It'll bring out more of this. So I'm going to put it right here. Voila! I decided to add one more thing after the radio here. I put on the sticker from that same sheet from the Hey Crafty Girl line. I did Happy Place, and then from my scrap stickers, I took this tiny little orange heart just to bring in more of the orange. So here is a close-up of what it looks like when it's done. I'm not doing any journaling here because that will come on subsequent layouts. I absolutely love all the bright colors that this uses, especially because this was January, but you wouldn't know it. And I'm extremely pleased that I used some scrap stickers. On this sheet, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm super pleased with how that came out. I loved the theme because it helped me use up some stuff, and I hope you enjoyed watching. See you later.